If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most shocking courtroom moments caught on tape.
When did you become an illegal alien?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most startling instances of chaos caught on camera in the supposed establishment of law and order. Which of these courtroom moments shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Melissa Harvick Attacks Judge. The judge's bench holds significant power within a courtroom and, as a result, should be treated with respect. But in July 2011, a Wayne County, Kentucky woman named Melissa Harvick crossed the line when she threatened a judge and attempted to physically assault her. Harvick was in court for a domestic violence hearing, presided over by Judge Jennifer Edwards.
Get off of me!
Hands behind the back.
During the proceedings, Harvick repeatedly interrupted her estranged husband and was charged with contempt of court. Just as she was sentenced to 10 days in jail, Harvick lunged at Edwards but was immediately restrained by the deputies.
You'll be saying what happened, Jennifer.
She received additional criminal charges, including terroristic threats, intimidating a judge, and resisting arrest.
A new judge will have to be appointed to represent because she will be charged criminally for the threats that were made in open court today.
Number 9. Ricky hand throws waste at attorney. We're gagging just thinking about this one. Defendant Ricky Hand had allegedly orchestrated a series of armed robberies in the town of Ohio Springfield. He pleaded guilty to 7 criminal charges and was handed a 40-year prison term, which he clearly was not pleased with.
Did you just give me 40 years?
Instead of simply voicing out his displeasure, Hand took a more extreme step. He pulled out a plastic bottle containing his own feces from his arm sling and threw the contents at his attorney. It didn't take long for deputies to tackle and restrain him. For his filthy actions, Hand faced charges of harassment with bodily substance for each person he hit. A total of 5 counts.
You can't play Jesus and God? What's wrong with you?
Number 8. TJ Lane's egregious lack of remorse. In February of 2012, TJ Lane, a student at Chardon High School in Ohio, went on a rampage that claimed the lives of 3 students and injured 3 others. Lane initially pleaded insanity, but later admitted guilt to 3 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 1 count of felonious assault. At his sentencing hearing, Lane donned a white t-shirt with the word killer written across it and smirked as the victim's family spoke. As if that wasn't shocking enough, when asked to give a statement, Lane flicked his middle finger at the families and mocked the memories of their loved ones. He later received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Number 7. Judge Tracy Hunter dragged out of courtroom. Ohio Judge Tracy Hunter found herself on the wrong side of the law in October 2014 when she was convicted of having an unlawful interest in a public contract.
And what she wants to do is play by her own set of rules right up until today.
The court found that Hunter had abused her position by giving confidential documents to her brother to help him retain his job. As a result, she lost her own job and law license and was sentenced to 6 months in jail.
Judge Hunter has gotten up each morning not knowing whether that was going to be the day that she was going to have to go to jail.
Hunter reportedly went limp upon hearing the sentence and was dragged out of the courtroom by one of the deputies. She would later file a former inmate grievance, claiming that the use of force dehumanized her and worsened a pre-existing medical condition. Number 6. Judge James Convery's derogatory remarks. This surveillance video came from a courtroom in Essex County, New Jersey. Attorney Yvette Alvarez was representing her client in a divorce case overseen by Judge James Convery.
Why didn't he provide it?
He doesn't have it.
He threw it away?
I would presume he did.
Oh, come on.
When Alvarez's client couldn't produce his Social Security statements, Convery expressed skepticism, leading Alvarez to mention that she hadn't received her own Social Security statements either.
No, I don't get it. They sent it to my home 4 years ago.
This prompted a racially insensitive remark from the judge.
Well, when did you become an illegal alien?
Alvarez, a former president of the Hispanic Bar Association of New Jersey, left the courtroom in disbelief and subsequently filed a complaint against Convery.
That was a totally inappropriate comment.
I didn't mean it.
Following an investigation by the Advisory Committee on Judicial Conduct, the judge was reprimanded for his behavior. Number 5. Keeson Wilkins fakes a heart attack. The best way to avoid prison is by refraining from crime. The second best way, according to this Ohio defendant, just fake a heart attack.
The defendant is slouching over to the side and acts like he's sleeping.
In June 2008, Keeson Wilkins faced multiple criminal charges, including felonious assault, and decided to represent himself during the trial. On the second day, while questioning a witness, Wilkins expressed signs of discomfort and suddenly collapsed to the floor.
Your Honor, excuse me for a second. I need some time.
It appeared that the defendant/attorney was having a heart attack. Despite the apparent distress, medical assessment showed that Wilkins was fine.
His breath appears to be quite normal. Doesn't appear to be labored in any way.
His antics proved dead on arrival, as he was ultimately convicted and sentenced to 42 years in prison. Number 4. Monica Contras is wrongfully arrested. Although the incident leading to this wrongful arrest wasn't recorded, the aftermath is just as troubling.
So I'm just going to close the case out and dissolve the order. All right, thank you.
In August 2011, Monica Contras attended a divorce hearing with her daughter at a Nevada family courts. The proceedings concluded smoothly, but afterwards, Court Marshal Ron Fox took Contras to another room for an unexplained drug search.
He said, "Can I just have you pull up your shirt and show me that there's no drugs in there?" I said, "Well, I really don't think that's a good idea."
Upon returning, an upset Contras said that Fox had told her to lift up her shirts. Fox denied her claims and, alongside another marshal, placed her under arrest.
Stop! What did I do?
Throughout the ordeal, hearing master Patricia Doniger ignored Contras.
Arrest her. I take the kid. We're done.
Why would you do that, Caesar?
Because you're making
I'm
false
not making
allegations.
false allegations.
After Contras sued, an internal investigation validated her claims, which also included the accusation that Fox had groped her, and she was awarded a $200,000 settlement. The incident also led to the dismissal of Fox, the second marshal, and eventually Doniger. Number 3. Chaos erupts at Dexter Johnson's sentencing. In June 2007, 19-year-old Dexter Johnson received a death sentence in Harris County, Texas. The summer before, he and a group of friends had allegedly carjacked Maria Aparici and her boyfriend, Hue No. Johnson had sexually assaulted Aparici and then killed the couple. The death sentence didn't go down well with the defendant or his family.
Dexter Darnell Johnson, the jury has found you guilty of capital murder. In accordance with the laws of the state of Texas, this court hereby assesses your punishment of death.
Once the sentence was read, Johnson sat down in shock, and his mother wailed.
Jesus, for God! For God!
Suddenly, Johnson erupted in a violent rage, knocking down a computer monitor as he lunged in the direction of the victim's family. He was swiftly restrained by officers and taken out of the courtroom. Number 2. Judge brawls with public defender. Courtroom disputes are meant to be settled according to the law, but that legal standard didn't seem to matter to Florida Judge John C. Murphy.
If you want to set it for trial instead. Sure.
Well,
I'm not waiving.
Surveillance footage from the Brevard County courtroom shows Murphy getting into a heated argument with attorney Andrew Weinstock.
This is an emergency
if I
created by
had a
the
rock,
state.
I would throw it at you right now.
This is
Stop pissing me off.
After threatening Weinstock, Murphy suggested they settle their dispute with their fists, and the two men walked off screen.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
While the actual fight wasn't caught on camera, shouts and punching noises can be heard on the tape, prompting applause in the courtroom.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
As this wasn't the Wild Wild West, Murphy was fired from his position by the Florida Supreme Courts. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Michael Marin dies after guilty verdict. After his Phoenix, Arizona mansion went up in flames in 2009, Michael Marin was charged with arson and insurance fraud.
Defendant, Michael James Marin, guilty of arson of an occupied structure.
Prosecutors argued that he had set his house on fire due to financial troubles. Although no life was lost, Marin still faced serious prison time if convicted. On June 28, 2012, the jury returned a guilty verdict. We can't show the chaos that ensued, but we can describe it. Dropping his face into his hands, Marin appeared to put something in his mouth. Soon after, he suffered convulsions and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. It was revealed upon hearing his guilty verdict, Marin decided to take his own life by ingesting a lethal dose of cyanide. Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.